Brad and Sarah and our agents, JC Agajanian. Well, one of the big fears, I guess, is just, are we going to get the price that we want to get? We sold and then bought a house, and so we needed to get a specific price on the sales side in order to buy the house we wanted. And so there's definitely fear around the pricing, and JC was very confident with the amount that we would get. It gave us comfort to be like, hey, okay, let's move forward with looking for another house while we're also trying to sell our house. And in this crazy market, we ended up selling our house for substantially more than what we even listed it for, and we're able to get into a house that we really, really wanted. So he definitely helped, because I was thinking the price of our property was going to be way less than what he even suggested, and then it would free even more.
Yeah, I think he really helped us get the pricing of our place right. And then even with just the timing of buying and selling at the same time was kind of key, because we kind of had kind of waited for this particular house that we were wanting to buy for a long time. It was like a long time. And he helped us chase it down and kind of get the timing all worked out. So it was a huge help.
Mm-hmm. I've known JC for many years, actually, professionally, and he'd actually sold. He's been our agent for a long time, so he actually sold a house of mine years ago, about 6 years ago or so. And so when it came time to buy the house that we ultimately sold again. So I've actually bought and sold 4 houses with him, I guess, if you think about it. So he's been our agent for quite a while, and wanted somebody who knew the San Diego market, who was confident that we were confident in, and he's definitely been professional through the whole process on all 4 of the transactions that we've gone through, and have a lot of confidence in him, and that's why we keep coming back to JC.
He's just like really flexible to work with. Like he kind of figures out what your style is and what your need is, and he adjusts his services to that, which is great, because we're kind of sort of all over the place, where we'll look sporadically and then we don't look, and we look again, and then and then we'll kind of just catch him up, and he always is right there alongside with us. And so I said he helped us find the house that we just sold, and was really helpful with that. And so I think he just kind of adjusts himself to our craziness and has worked really well for us. I think it's just that a lot of other real estate agents, they have a goal, a plan in mind for how they walk you through choosing a house. You view X number of houses, you do it in this pattern, you do it in this order, and then at the end you pick one and that's it. And it's like, it just doesn't work for us. We kind of chop and change our mind. It takes a little while to decide, like kind of figuring it out. Like he has this way of kind of working us through that we're not necessarily taking a lot of his time with it either, and it helps us kind of figure it out together without us feeling like we have to make a decision. Mm-hmm. And so it actually enables us to be able to feel free to actually make a decision. So yeah.
So what makes JC different than other real estate agents is he's done a lot of transactions. He has the experience to work through the hiccups and the things that come up in an escrow. And there's so many things that happen behind the scenes that we weren't even made aware of, just to kind of save the stress, that he just handled and made the transaction happen. He worked on timing issues, issues with the seller, like little annoyance things that he was able to handle without even really bringing us in, so that we didn't have to stress about it. He just kind of dealt with it, and ultimately we were obviously successful in getting the one property that we were going after. So we were very happy with working with him.
Right, he's definitely knowledgeable, because even the program that he had us end up using, we would never have known about that program had it not been for him. And that was exactly what we needed in the situation that we were in. So yeah, we're very, very grateful to him for his knowledge.
Yeah, so in today's market, in order to buy a house here in San Diego, if you're not coming in with a cash offer on some of the price points that we were going after, you're not going to get the house. And so JC made us aware of HomeLight and the cash offer and the trade-in offer, and we used both sides of that program in order to be able to unlock the equity in the house that we were ultimately going to sell in order to purchase the home with the cash close. And the process was super smooth. I think when we initially signed the application, it was within 3 days, I think, that we were approved, and I think we did an offer on that third day. It was the fastest approval process ever. And ultimately, to me, that's the only reason why we got the house in this crazy market on the purchase side. So it's a very great program. Would definitely recommend it.
Yeah, the house that we were looking for, we'd been looking at that house for, we had liked it like a year before we actually bought it. And he kind of walked it, and by the time that we were actually interested in it for real, it wasn't even on the market. So he actually helped to even track down the buyer to see if they were still interested the seller to see if they were still interested in selling, and walked us through that whole process, and then connected us with that program. If it hadn't been for the program, there's no way that we would have got that house. And we were like intent upon it had to be that house. Yeah. So it had to be that program, or it wouldn't have worked.
Yep. If you're looking to buy or sell a house in San Diego, you need to use JC. He's got the experience and the team and the support behind him to make a transaction happen. He knows the market. He knows all the different programs that might assist in buying or selling a house. And I have 100% confidence in him to close a transaction and to give you a real and fair, honest assessment of your house, to work through the whole process on the buy or the sell, which we've done many of those with him. And so I really would recommend using him. A lot of agents out there, they're just, they might sell 1 or 2 houses a year. They don't really have the experience, and JC has significant experience and does multiple transactions a year, many transactions. And really brings that level of professionalism and experience to the transactions here in San Diego. So definitely recommend him.
Yeah, I would second all of that. He definitely knows what he's doing, but he adjusts his style of working to your needs. So even just walking through a house, the conversations I was able to have with him were super useful, and even just talking through like what could be done to the house, changes to each potential house, and just having a second opinion on places. It was really, really helpful in making our decisions. So.
I don't think so.
Thank you, JC.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks, JC. Appreciate it.
We will always use you.
Yeah.